you guys doing? If you are seeing this right now, that means I've had a productive day. I hope you did too. But if you're like, commenting, and subscribed, that means you fuck with me, which means I fuck with you. Period. So today, guys, I am coming to you from the car. These are going to be my car chronicles. If you watched my last Get Ready With Me, then you know my recording situation, and your girl's trying to stay consistent, and I'm trying to be productive. So here we are in the car. Y'all, again, as I do before each and one of these stories, hesitating because we get into the nitty and gritty. Each story is going to be more and more detailed because I moved the timeline really fast, and these are the stories that I remember the most about. You know what I mean? So, if you watched my last Kanan story time, I basically was remembering a couple more instances we had got in, putting our hands on each other, me walking around with this fake sling, spent the night at Usher house and nearly had third-degree burns. I mean, I don't know what third degree mean, but I got the scars to prove how toxic we were. So, in my last story, I did mention that I work at this check cashing place, and it was also like where you get like payday loans, stuff like that. So I have been working there for a little minute when I was with Kanan. It was actually Gremlin's idea to start hooking people up with the maximum loans. So Kanan and Gremlin actually knew each other from like they street business. You know what I'm saying? They ran the same streets. Kanan actually knew RJ too. This one specific day, Gremlin came in, Sloth came in, I hooked them up with the max, took my little fuse off the top, allegedly. All of this, as far as any check cashing business go, is alleged. It's all alleged, okay? So, Sloth and Gremlin come on the same day, I hooked them up with the max. The next day, he sent a couple people my way, I hook them up with the max, I take mine off the top, allegedly. So, eventually, Kanan wanted to get in on it, right? So I hook him up with the max. I didn't even take nothing off his because what's his is mine, what's mine is his. Here you go, baby. There you go. Have a good day. I'll see you later when I get off work. You know what I'm saying? So weeks are passing. Me and Kanan, I don't know if this is the day that I got burned with the iron or if it was another situation where we had got into it. I go to work and I had either cut my phone off or blocked him or something, and he was blowing the store phone down. Now, it was only me and my manager. If we worked together, then we worked together, or it was her working by herself or me working by myself. Of course, when I did all these loans, it was one of the days that I was there by myself. So this day that he's blowing up the phone, she is there, and I'm basically kind of venting to her. I probably told her what happened and what he was calling for, and he was like literally harassing us, like calling back to back. I don't know what we was arguing about, y'all. I don't remember what happened that day when I got off work. I really don't remember that, but just remember he blowing the phone down one day at work. So I want to say maybe a week or so had passed. She started, you know what I'm saying, going through the paperwork, and she realizing every person or half the people that I'm signing up on the day she's not here is not coming back to pay. They're not answering the phone. None of their reference numbers are working. Nobody's answering. So she get to calling people, you know what I'm saying? She literally came in to call people that, oh, you know what I'm saying? So she noticing my signature on all these people that did not come back in. So obviously I'm not about to be working here too much longer. I'm about to get the fuck on because she catching on, y'all. It was only a matter of time, like, duh, you know what I'm saying? Duh. So she going through the paperwork. She come across Kanan paperwork, right? So let's say Kanan last name, his real last name was Davis. She see the paperwork say Kanan Davis. She like, Kanan Davis? Ain't that your boyfriend name? And I look like, no, his name Kanan David. She like, David? So his last name not Kanan Davis. I'm like, no, it's David. David with a D at the end, not Davis. So she get to going through the call log on the work phone because she remembered the day that he was blowing that phone up. So she's scrolling. She like, I could have sworn I seen his name popping up on his phone that whole day. She like, I could have sworn his name was Davis. I'm like, nah, you're mistaken. She like, well, what's up with all these people that you signed up? Like, what's the coincidence that all of them are not picking up? None of their reference numbers are working. Like, what's going on? She like, do we need to do a training again? Because I'm not understanding how these people got approved and they all for the max amount. Like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm not sure. These people had their paperwork together. I just put all the information in the computer and it approved them. Like, she like, but you have the option to not give people the max amount. You can basically tell them what you want to tell them. Like, I'm pretty sure these people seem shady, sketchy, and I'm like, well, I wasn't going based off that. I didn't get no weird vibes. I'm just explaining away, lying my life away, and she definitely not buying it. But you can't prove it. I mean, all of this is alleged anyway. So, what is you talking about? I know these about to be my last days working here. Right. Y'all, she definitely was on to me. I end up quitting that job. If I probably didn't go back that next day, or if it was my off day, I did not go back my next scheduled day. I got the fuck on. Didn't call, didn't quit, 2-week notice, nothing. She was on to me and I quit, y'all. I quit. I want to introduce this person. I'm gonna say her name is Angel. I'm gonna say her name is Angel. So I got this friend named Angel. She actually she had just moved back from out of state with her baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? So I would go over her house sometimes. I was real cool with her mama and her family. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was really like family. We kind of grew up together. So I would be over there sometimes. This was one of my trusted places that I could go to, because messing around with Kanan, I can't be here and there with all my friends. I gotta be chilling, because anything could set this nigga off and we would be into it. So I knew where I could and could not go to stay out of trouble with him, right? So her house was one of the houses he felt cool with. Like, her people be over there. Her kids and stuff be over there. Me and the twins will be over there. I'll be over there sometimes. So I pull up. I don't know what I had did all day, but I know I pulled up to her house one day. I walk in and it's this light-skinned man in there, long black hair. You know what I'm saying? He clearly mixed with something. He's sitting on the couch chopping it up with Angel mama. So I walk in, it's Angel baby daddy, the kids running around. It's a few people over there. She one of those people that keep people in her house. She always, you know what I'm saying, got her people over there. It's always music playing. It's always drinks flowing. She always cooking. It's always a situation over there. You know what I'm saying? That's just how she keep her house. She just like, loved ones around. She like people around. So, I walk in, I see this light-skinned man, you know what I'm saying? I speak to everybody. I said, hey, da-da-da-da. So I'm talking to Angel like, girl, who is that? Because, you know what I'm saying, he was fine. I'm like, who's that? She like, oh, that's my baby daddy brother. They, it wasn't his real brother. They shared a brother. So I'm going to just give him a name now. We're going to call him Ghost. Kanan Ghost. Okay? So it wasn't her baby daddy real brother. They shared a brother. So both of them had a brother and they was his brothers. So that made them brothers. If that makes sense, cool. If it don't, I'm sorry, it really don't matter. So she like, yeah, that's my baby daddy brother. He just got out of jail not too long ago. And when he heard we had moved back, he just came to visit. He actually kind of staying with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's his brother. I'm like, oh, okay. What he go to jail for? She like, girl, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But they be, in the streets, because her baby daddy was in the streets, and they be doing their dealings, and he getting himself together, basically. Red flag. Flag on the play, red flag. Why did I not see that as a red flag? I don't know. it definitely would be a red flag now, but stuff like this didn't faze me. It didn't, when I heard just got out of jail, it didn't hit like it should have hit. You know what I'm saying? It didn't hit like, oh, he just got out of jail. Sure, never mind. It was like, oh, he just got out of jail. All right. Like that shit was, I mean, it's normal. People go to jail, get out of jail all the time. But anyway, the night is going on. We're drinking, we're talking, you know what I'm saying? And Ghost, I named him Ghost, he starts speaking to me, you know what I'm saying? We talking, come to find out he is not black at all. He's mixed with white and Puerto Rican and Irish and all this other stuff. He's not black at all. So that explains like his hair. He had like really thick, like Puerto Rican type hair. Right? So we just talking, we just getting to know each other. The kids end up staying, I didn't have the twins, but you know, Angel got kids. So the kids end up staying at the house with the mama and all the people there. And me, Angel, her baby daddy, and Ghost, we end up leaving and going to like a park or something. So we sitting there talking. Angel and her baby daddy walk off doing their own thing. And me and Ghost are sitting here talking. So I'm basically telling him, you know what I'm saying? We got deep. I'm telling him about my situation. You know what I'm saying? How my man is abusive and we be fighting, and you know what I'm saying, I actually gotta go pretty soon because once he get the calling, I have to go. Like, it's real serious at my house. And he like, you know, you're a beautiful girl, you don't deserve none of that, you know, just hit me up when you get free. As soon as you get free, hit me up. And I'm kind of speeding it up, but we was at that park for a good hour, you know what I'm saying, just kicking it. I don't remember if he told me why he was in jail. I mean, eventually I did find out, but at this moment, I'm not sure what we really talked about. I just know that we was talking. He was very attractive, slim, you know what I'm saying, nice body, you know what I'm saying, good hair. His face was, you know what I'm saying, he was kind of like a pretty boy almost. He was just like, you know, really handsome. And I'm like, you know, he kind of rough. He got like scars. He got like the big manly hands. I'm just peeping him out like, you know, he fine for real. Like, okay. Right? So that night happens. We had a good time. I want to say I got his number. I can't really remember, but you know, I did end up contacting him. So we would be texting and talking whenever I could. You know, I let him know, like, don't text my phone, don't call my phone. If I call you, do not call back. Like, it's that serious, because I'm not trying to get my head knocked off between the washer and dryer just because I want to hold a conversation with you. And he like, no, I understand, I be having a lot going on, so you know, I just wait for you to reach out, whatever. Okay, so weeks and weeks are passing. Me and Kanan get into it again, y'all. I can't even remember what it was about, but I was tired, y'all. I called my brothers, I called the police, and I called my brothers. So and matter of fact, I think this is the one night where he let me get a clean hit on him. Like, I remember, I don't know if this is the same night or a different night, but I remember standing on the bed, you know what I'm saying, and he's standing on the floor in front of me, and he like, what you want to do? What you want to swing? I brought my fist up and knocked his shit, right? Lip instantly bleeding. Like, he like, okay, you got your one in, you feel better? Nigga, no. I think this was the same night. So somehow I end up crouching down behind the couch. I don't know if I was hiding or if I was just over there to call my brothers. I call my brothers, I get off the phone with them, they about to pull up. I call the police because I don't know what my brother's gonna do, but I know how Kanan is, and either way, the police need to be here so they can referee this shit, because I don't want my brothers getting hurt. I don't want Kanan to get hurt, because like I mentioned before, I still would have to deal with his family if something happened to him, and I don't want no problem with these people, y'all. So, long story short, my brothers come, they watch him pack up his little bags, you know, pack up what he could, and they escort him out the door. And my brothers, my two older brothers, basically told me, we know you've been going through this for a while. That nigga better not be back over here. You called us, you finally reached out to us. That nigga better not step foot back over here, or we don't want nothing else. Don't call us no more if you let him back over here, basically. Which makes sense. That's why I hadn't called them this whole, you know what I'm saying, we end up being together probably like 3 years, maybe 3.5. I'm not really sure about the window of time, but we was together for some years. We have been going through this ever since the first time he hit me, y'all. So, you know, this was long overdue. I finally reached out to my brothers, and they didn't want to see me going through this again, or they was gonna be washing their hands, and you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So I'm like, okay, y'all, days and days are passing. Of course, Kanan is hitting me up. You know what I'm saying? He calling, he trying to reach out. Oh, I gotta come get my stuff. I'm ignoring him. I would answer sometimes because we were toxic, but I swear we were in love. I really did love that man, because when we weren't arguing or fighting, it was good. We would laugh and talk. The sex was amazing. The twins loved him. His family actually became a huge support system for me and my girls. You know what I'm saying? If my mom or my people couldn't keep the twins, his mom, his people came through. His sister would do, you know what I'm saying, the twins' hair. We used to stay with his other sister. You know what I'm saying? I had actually got into a fight with them. Like, we was in a whole brawl. Let me tell the story real quick. So this might have been before we got our house, but we at his sister house, and we all sitting on the porch, and his sister ended up walking up to us like, you know what I'm saying, I just got into a fight with this girl. I want to go back around there and beat her ass. Like, I guess, you know what I'm saying, the first time they fought, she really didn't feel like she got her ones, you know what I'm saying? So she wanted to go back over there. She like, y'all need to come with me. I know her people over there. So we literally, me, Kanan, the older sister, the other sister I end up getting cool with, they nieces, you know what I'm saying? So it was old girls' daughters, you know what I'm saying? And they was probably like sick, like not even what, like 13, 14. They was little kids, but they all was about that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We about to go over there. We walk over there, y'all. Soon as we turn the corner, it's like a park. You know what I'm saying? It was a park on that street. So we get to the park. Whatever girl she fought standing there with about 10 motherfuckers. So if it's about 5 of us, it's 10 of them. We walk up, right? The sister is in the front. Me and everybody else behind her. She walked straight up to the girl. Started tagging her. Then somebody else started tagging the other sister. Then I jumped in. Then we all jumped in this one girl. Then somebody come and hit me. So I'm fighting with her. And then I remember this big ass bitch. I seen her running. While I'm fighting the other girl, I see a big bitch running towards us. When I say she tackled all of us at one time and knocked the whole, everybody that was squared up with somebody, she knocked everybody down. And then Kanan actually pulled the big bitch up off of me, because she ended up on top of me after everybody fell down, and everybody just kind of went their separate ways. Everybody talking shit. It was just crazy. So me and Kanan had really, you know what I'm saying, rolled through some shit, and really we was trying to be on some ride or die. This is what it is. I love you, you love me. We love each other so much it hurt. Like, we was really going through that. You know what I'm saying? So now that I didn't call my brothers, and they didn't escorted him out the house with his 2-3 little bags, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Because I love him and I miss him, but I know we not good for each other, y'all. I knew it. So I would be ignoring him. I would entertain this conversation sometime, but I knew he could not come back to the house, like, period. So, of course, I'm still talking to Ghost. I'm still texting Ghost. I hadn't seen him again since I first had met him, but we talking and we texting. So this one day he asked me, like, you know what I'm saying, I want to come and wash some clothes. Like, is it okay? Can I come over and wash some of my clothes? I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Why not? I believe the twins were home. The twins were definitely home, right? So this is my second time seeing this man. His first time coming to my house. He coming to wash some clothes. So I want to say he got dropped off. I want to say Angel or her baby daddy probably dropped him off. Because actually, I didn't mention, did they? No, they hadn't. Angel and her baby daddy ended up moving, like, on the same street as me, but on the other side type shit. Like, 2-3 blocks down on the same street. But this is before they moved. So, I think Angel baby daddy had dropped him off in my house. He come over with his little, laundry bag. You know the laundry bags, how they look. So, he come over. You know what I'm saying? I show him to the washer and dryer, and he started a load. So I want to say we was sitting, like, in the living room. The twins was in their room, watching TV. Me and Ghost sitting on the couch. We talking, watching TV. We just chilling. Y'all, I hear a knock on the door. Right now, I'm not expecting nobody. Angel wasn't coming over. I know it's not Angel baby daddy. I know this nigga ain't called nobody to my house, so who the fuck is at my door, y'all? I looked down at my phone. Now, I had cut my ringer off because Kanan would still be calling and texting back to back to back, like, you know what I'm saying, on some crazy shit. But I wouldn't answer sometimes. So I had been cut my ringer off. I look down at my phone. Kanan is calling and somebody is still knocking at the door. Somebody knocking on the door. So I peek out the window. It's Kanan, y'all. He's standing on the porch with the phone on his ear because he calling me, and he banging on the door. Y'all, my heart is pounding. Palms sweaty. I don't know what to do. So I tell Ghost, like, Kanan at the door. He at the door. I'm about to answer. I said, no, you're not about to answer the door. No, you're not about to answer. He like, why? But you gonna answer? What, you gonna let him in? I'm like, I can't let him in. He gonna go nuts. He been calling me all this week and I barely talked to him this week. Like, this is about to be bad. I know it is, y'all. So I go to the door. So you know how you got a screen door, then you got the big door. So I open the big door and I'm staring at him. He like, why you ain't been answering the phone? I've been trying to come get my shit. Why you ain't answering the phone? Who you got in there? You got a nigga in there? I know I heard something. Because the way my mailbox was set up, it wasn't in the door. We had like a chute that was on the side of the door. So if you lift it up, you know what I'm saying, on the outside, you probably don't even have to lift it up. If you listen in the chute, you can hear what's going on in the house. So I'm pretty sure he heard him. He like, what, you got somebody in here? I heard a nigga. Da-da-da-da. So I'm like, why is you here? You gonna have to wait till my brothers get here to come get your stuff. He like, I don't want to hear that shit. For real, Ebony, for real, after all this time, this how you doing me? I can't get my stuff. I'm like, no. So the twins must have heard they daddy, because, you know, they call him daddy. They must have heard him at the door. I hear them, daddy, daddy. They running towards the front. He like, Casey Carter, come here. They running to the door. I had to slam the door. I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole situation. I'm like, no, Casey Carter. They start crying. They like, I want my daddy. I'm like, oh my God. So I go back, take them back to their room. I'm sitting there talking to them. I'm like, daddy's gonna have to come back later. Why? I'm not making this shit up. If I'm making this up, God can strike me down. He's not gonna strike me down because I'm not making this up. I'm talking to the twins, trying to calm them down. I go to walk out of the room. Why the fuck? I don't remember which one it was. I think it was Casey. She said, daddy, why the fuck this nigga go to the back of the house, lift my baby window up, and try to grab Casey out the motherfucking window? And she happy, you know what I'm saying? She don't understand what's going on. She, daddy. I turn around, I see my baby getting lifted up. I grab my baby and put her in the house so fast and close the window. This nigga Ghost said, I'm going outside. I'm like, oh my God, no. I couldn't even stop her because I literally just had to pull my baby in the window. So I'm trying to make sure she not hurt. I'm just holding her. I'm like, no, don't go to the door. This nigga goes to the fucking door, y'all. He couldn't even make it outside. He could not make it outside. I'm calling this nigga Kanan because you know who play Kanan in Power, right? So he's giving that. Ghost wasn't giving Ghost. Ghost wasn't even giving Tommy. Ghost was giving Tariq when he was a kid. Ghost was so small frame, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't a nigga, but he was still a hood nigga, you feel me? So he still was about that life, but he didn't have nothing on Kanan, bro. So he goes to the door, and once I walk towards the door, it's on, y'all. These niggas are a whole ass fighting from the door through the living room. Kanan just boo, boo, boo. But Ghost is not falling. Like, he ain't getting, his hits is not connecting, but he definitely never hit the floor. So he just getting beat up. Kanan straight face shots. Do. And he just falling through the house, still hanging up, grabbing his shirt, trying to swing. It's not connected. So So they go from the door, through the living room, through the dining room. I'm backing up like, stop. Oh my God, stop. I'm backing up into the kitchen. They coming with me in the kitchen, still fighting. He piecing him up the whole motherfucking way. Ghost end up like going towards the stove. He said he trying to swing, but Kanan just mobbing his ass. I used to put Fabuloso with some water on the stove, you know what I'm saying, make the house smell good. I know people still do that, you know what I'm saying? So as Ghost is getting beat up and his hands is all over the place because he trying to swing, but Kanan is just, you know what I'm saying, boss hugging his shit. He hit the stove and find the pot with his hand. He splashed the fucking Fabuloso in Kanan's face and bopped that nigga in the head with the fucking pan. Kanan like, oh, this nigga, what the fuck is that? He runs out the house, y'all. The twins are screaming. I'm screaming. I'm crying. I get to call the police. First of all, the police never pulled up the first time I called when my brothers had pulled up. I don't know why the fuck I'm calling the police again. Kanan ran out the house with Fabuloso and water all in his motherfucking face. Ghost is standing in front of me, bleeding, leaking from every place on his face that he can leak. I'm talking about you know what I'm saying? He's not black. He's very light skinned, very fair skinned. Already turning purple. It was damn near green on some parts, purple on the other part. Lip busted, ear bleed, and scratches all on his face. Ghost was fucked up. Kanan fucked Ghost up. But he put that fucking Fabuloso in that nigga face and he left, y'all. I'm crying on the phone with the police, trying to tell them what happened, trying to tell them to pull up. I end up hanging up on the police. They was calling back. I end up saying, I'm sorry, the problem is gone. He's not coming back. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no point in them coming. This nigga just got out of jail. I don't know if he on probation, parole at this point. I don't know what the fuck going on. Police don't need to come here. I'm trying to calm the twins down, y'all. It was a whole fucking movie scene. I keep trying to explain that I wanted my life. I didn't want my life to be a movie, but this shit sound like some movie type shit. This shit really happened. And from that moment, Ghost was my man. I felt like I wasn't so scared of Kanan, but I knew what Kanan was capable of. I had seen him fight plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? Me and him had fought plenty of times. I knew it was going to be hard for this man to just leave me alone. And Kanan never came back to my house. Kanan didn't give a fuck about none of the stuff he left. He didn't say nothing about the twins. You know what I'm saying? And thinking back on it, my babies have been through a lot, y'all. My babies have been through a lot. And they don't remember Kanan. You know what I'm saying? They barely remember Ghost at this point. But at this moment, Ghost was my knight in shining armor. I felt like he was what I needed. You fought for me. You got your ass beat. Like, if he wouldn't have threw that Fabuloso, Kanan probably would have killed him. He probably would have sent that nigga body into shock. He was taking every fucking hit to the fucking face. Like, Kanan did everything but body slam that nigga. Like, he was like a motherfucking cat. Like, he was getting hit, but he just wouldn't fall. He would not fall, y'all. He grabbing onto everything, not falling until he got to that stove. If it was not for that Fabuloso, this might be a different story. I probably wouldn't even be telling it. Y'all, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it right there because eventually this story is going to make its way to the membership. Again, I'm going to encourage you guys to like this video. Please leave a comment on anything you have heard today. And run these numbers up so I can start this membership, y'all, because it's getting down to the nitty and gritty. And only the people that fuck with me is going to be able to hear a lot of these stories. Okay? So until next time, be productive, be safe, and have fun.